Hello, welcome to Book Creator for the Diverse Learning Classroom. This is session 1 of a 2-part series. Hi, I'm Jackie Stevens. I'm also a certified author with Book Creator. I'm the library assistant here at the Tuthill Commons, and I'm also a school librarianship student at UB working toward my certification. That's what brings me here today. One of the many skills of a school librarian is to bring relevant and quality professional development to teachers and staff here. Also, if you would like to follow what the Tuthill Learning Commons is doing, you can find us on Instagram. The QR code is in the corner. And I also have a blog called The Library Tech Explorer, in which I look at different technology each week. For those of you that don't know me as well, I have a passion for writing, and one fun fact about me is that I am in the process of writing a YA portal fantasy novel named Destiny Reigns. I have about 85,000 words in that novel. So, why are we here today? Well, we're here because you want to learn more about how Book Creator can help you in the classroom. I learned about Book Creator when I had to make a Choose Your Own Adventure book for a project I was doing with school. And as I was working with it, I thought, what a great tool it could be for a diverse classroom where not everybody is learning at the same pace or even with the same style. So the things we're going to be looking at is we're going to examine the Book Creator app. We're going to explore Book Creator features. We're going to try out the Book Creator for ourselves. And we're going to spend a good amount of time in that because I really want you guys to dig in and explore for yourselves. And we are, on the next session, going to start brainstorming ways to best implement Book Creator into your classroom. And we're actually going to create some activities and lesson plans that include the Book Creator app. So, like I was saying, I have created books in Book Creator. And this one here, as you can see, is one of mine. So I'm going to click on it there, and it's going to bring me to the Book Creator app. And this is a Choose Your Own Adventure. It's very straightforward in the sense that it looks very much like a normal book. And as you go, depending on what you choose, is where you will flip to. All of these images and all of this stuff was found right in Book Creator, and it was so much fun to work on. I had a blast, and I just think it's a really great tool. So let's dive in a little bit more. So our learning objective for this session, and for these 2 sessions rather, is for teachers, the teacher assistants and the aides here. You will be able to effectively use Book Creator in lessons to teach or support, as well as use creatively with the students in the classroom, as evidenced by either the lesson plan if you're a teacher or the activity that you'll develop if you are an aide or assistant. For today, I'm going to try to keep my talking as brief as possible. We are in the welcome and the introduction, obviously. I'm going to introduce you to Book Creator. We're going to explore some of the features together. I want you to be in there with me. And then I'm going to set you loose to work with Book Creator for yourself. If you are in person, I will be floating around the room to help you. If you are online, feel free to shoot me an email or contact me if you have any questions. And at the end of today's session, there will be a small evaluation just so I can better serve you on our next session together. So here we go. I'm going to introduce you to Book Creator. Book Creator offers a simple way to infuse creativity throughout the curriculum, motivating students to become published authors and helping them develop future-ready skills. I love this. Book Creator they have people making about 2 million books per month. That is how popular that is. They have over 100 million books made so far, and 1,000 book creator ambassadors, which we'll get into more in session 2. So students and teachers can create and publish books. These are actually books that can be published out, shared with parents, other teachers, administration, but you decide and you have control. The users can make interactive pages. They can use voice, text, video, images, and so much more. Students of all ages can use Book Creator. It is so simple that from kindergarten through 12th grade, kids can actually use this app. And teachers can create these libraries for students to use so that they can actually work together collaboratively, which is just awesome. So there's so many different ways in which you could use Book Creator. You could make portfolios, poetry books, guides, reports, journals, comic books. It can be for fun and about me. So many different ways. And as you get into it, you will see the wheels start turning and you really think of the different ways you can use it with your students. So the logistics, the type of devices that it runs on is obviously your computer, because there is a web-based app that works with just about every web browser. And it works really well with Chrome, the Chromebook. And it also, there is an iPad app, but that is separate from the web one. So for people, for classrooms that might have a iPad cart, this may be something that they would want to implement on the iPads. Today, we're not going to be dealing with that. We're going to be dealing solely with the web-based one. So the access is there because everybody in the school has a Chromebook individually assigned to them. So these assignments can be done at home or in person. So if we are to go remote, for example, we could still use Book Creator. The logins work with our Google logins for school, which is great. And yeah, so there are all of Book Creator has worked really hard to work with like the curriculum goals, and things like accessibility and inclusion are really important to them. Differentiated learning, the social emotional side of things. There's just so much you can do with this app. So I'd really like us to be able to get started. So let's take a look at Book Creator together. Okay, as I said, this is a web-based app, so you're going to want to go to app.bookcreator.com. You're going to go ahead and stick that up in your URL box at the top, and you're going to want to head to there. The first thing that you're going to see is going to be a student sign-in. That is, of course, not where you're going to be signing in, because we want you to have a teacher account. With your teacher account, you get one personal library, that'll be your own library, and one library for your students that can have up to 40 books. That's with the free account. Next session, we'll talk more about the potential to upgrade to get more libraries and an unlimited libraries and books with an upgrade. Okay, if everybody is with me so far, we're going to move on. Okay, so there's the teacher sign in, and it's going to ask you a couple questions before it lets you loose on a screen that looks similar to the one that is on your screen now. So go ahead and answer those questions, and then we'll get started. So, I've been kind of playing a little bit of a trick on you guys because it looks like I'm doing a presentation on a slideshow, which I am, but I'm actually doing it from within the Book Creator app. I thought, what better way to show you how versatile this tool is by using it to present with. So I am going to now get out of this part of it and show you my book. So we're going to go right back to the beginning. And there it is, a book about creating books for learning. I thought this would be a fun way to just show you all the different things you can do with the Book Creator app. So I made a comic book style book. So as you're going with me, I'm going to even step further out of here and go back and get into my library, because mine is going to look a little bit different than yours. So here's my teacher dashboard, and you're going to be looking at your library. Now, I put this in my books, but when you would be having students work with you, you would be naming your library, and this is where you would have them go. And there is an invite code, but we will really get into this stuff in the second session more than today. Today, I really just want you to be able to play with Book Creator for yourself. So I'm going back to my libraries, and I'm going to go in, and I would encourage you to go in and start a book of your own. You're going to be able to use a template if you want, but I would highly recommend just choosing to create a new book. So there's going to be that plus sign in the corner, new book, and then out of the blank books, if you choose comic book, it'll actually let you do everything this top group lets you do with more options. I learned that actually by going through the training that Book Creator provides. So I now do everything kind of in that comic book style, where originally I did start with that top shelf, but it is entirely up to you. I want you to get yourself familiar with it. So whatever you would like to choose, you can choose. I'm going to go back into the book I started creating for you guys, so we can talk a little bit more about it, but I would love for you to open your books. So one of the things that is really neat is you have ways to link. Remember where I showed you that choose your own adventure book? Well, here is the same kind of concept with a table of contents. I can link to the page I want to go to. So if I wanted to show you the flyer I created for this, I would go out to play, where this is all functional, and I could go to the flyer, which is already up. And let me change this a little bit so we can look at just one page at a time. So when I go back to the table of contents, I can go to the flyer, I can go to the agenda for today. So I embedded this from another application called Canva. So I could actually click on this and it'll take me out to my agenda that I created in Canva. It'll take you out there too if you are connected to my book. And then another feature, or another thing I can show you, is the handout I had. It's not connecting now. The handout I had actually in from my drive. So here I can click and you can see the handout that you guys all got today. Sometimes it takes a extra click. So here's the handout that I did, and it was just simply a click away, which is really kind of neat. I did some more embedding. There is, of course, what you were just seeing when I was taking you through my slideshow. That is embedded right here. You can also, it gives you the option to pop it out to a new window, or you can do it from right within here. So now we're going to take a look at the features as promised. One of the most important things about Book Creator is its accessibility. So within Book Creator, you can have closed captioning on your videos. You can generate transcripts of any audio you record. You can use talk to text to get your your feelings out. Some kids might not be as good at expressing themselves in writing, so talking might help them to write down what they feel. There is the Read to Me feature. There's dyslexic font, excuse me, to make it easier to read. And there's alt text for the visually impaired that can be attached to any images that you have in Book Creator. So I'm going to show you a little bit how these work. So for example, the Read to Me, You have to be live in there, and this little play button in the corner that says read book will take you out, and then you can use the read to me feature. And because I'm using headphones, it's a little harder to hear, but you get the idea. Now, if that sounds a little too robotic, you could always record your own audio to go along with the words. You can also change it up in the settings menu. So right now it's Microsoft David desktop, and there's a female version. You can also speed it up so it sounds a little bit different, or slow it down, but it's going to sound even more robotic. So here, for example, so it's a little bit faster. So when we go back, that is the read to me. So for kids that struggle, if you create a book and you want them to read it, they can use the read to me feature to help them read. The dyslexic font, I'll show you that. So when I click on it with anything, here's your font. Over here in the inspector area, you're going to go and here's your font. So there are a lot of different fonts to choose from, but Open Dyslexic, that's the one. It makes it a little bit easier for people that are dyslexic to read it. There is generate scripts. So I'm going to do an audio right now. How I would do that is I would use this plus sign and go to media, and we're gonna record, and just gonna start recording, and it gives me the countdown. So I'm gonna record right now so that we can see what the transcripts look like. Stop recording. We go, okay, do we like it? Sounds good to me. There's my recording. But I don't just want my recording. We go back to Inspector and we add the transcript. I want it to generate it automatically, so it's going to go ahead and do that. And I can continue working on my book while it generates the transcripts. It'll let me know when it's ready. So I can move on to doing something else. For example, the alternative text for the visually impaired. If that was the case, it would be because visually impaired can't see what we have. So if we import an image, let's just put a dog in. Seems to be a favorite example. Look at the dogs. Okay, here's a dog wrapped in a blanket. So let's add that. And the file's coming in. Dog wrapped in a blanket. Looks so cute. So let's resize that. And then we want, oh, there's my audio transcript. It's already ready. You see that little icon right there? You can open the transcript. And there's what I said. And you can edit it. So if it doesn't say exactly what you wanted it to say, if it misunderstood you, if it spelled something wrong, you can fix it, which is just really cool. So for this, we go back to the inspector. And I could hyperlink that out to a page if I wanted to, but let's see. So we'd say puppy wrapped up in a blanket on the grass. So now for the visually impaired, it'll have the accessibility. So when it is being read out loud, it would have that feature of being able to read the picture. Of course, it's going to read everything. So, but it will read the picture too. So, back here, closed captioning. Oh, this is my least favorite because I have to take a video. So here we go, back into media. We're going to use the camera and we're going to record a video. So here we are. Don't mind my background here. And here we go, 3, 2, 1. Here we are recording a video just so I can show you how the transcripts work. So we're going to stop video and we're going to use the video. And as soon as that pops up, which will pop up nice and big because why not? We're going to make that smaller for me. And then we're going to go back to the inspector and we're going to add captions. And we can go ahead and do that. We're going to generate it automatically. I realize I'm going really quickly because I just want to show you the features and let you loose to work on this stuff yourself. So I just want to give you an idea of how this all works so that you are able to do it. So again, this is something where you can continue to work while it's creating those captions. So we're going to move on so I can just briefly go through some of the features that you can do, and already there it is, my video captions are ready. So I guess we'll go back and take a quick look, and when I go to play it, and there it is. Really nice, right? So then we go over to here, we've got the features, and in all of these you can look at in here, you've got all your font style, your coloring, the background on that. When you go into your page, again, your inspector is going to be your best friend. So think of the inspector as your friendly Inspector Gadget, I guess. And you can change all of these features. You can have a border, which I chose a border. You can change the background. You can change even what the paper looks like. You want to do musical notes. You want to do the dots if you're having them graph anything. There's graph paper, lined paper. The options are endless. You can do just about anything. If you can think it, you can just about do it. We went through the camera very briefly. You saw the camera, the video. You can put in images, and all the images, you don't have to worry about any copyrights. They're all available to use. And the last thing I want to show you, so on every page, this plus for adding an item, these are the most important things, that and the inspector. So when you want to place an item, you've got your media, which is your import, which is to bring in any of the embedding or images and the image searches. And in the import feature, you've got everything from, you can search for images, maps, the files that you can bring in. You can connect to your drive, or you can use an embedding. And then you have through the comic, this is why I said comic, because in the other one you only get your media and your shapes, but in this one you get your speech bubbles and thought bubbles and panels and stickers, and just play around with it. You'll find what you're looking for. And then you've got, of course, your shapes, and shapes can be used to make graphic organizers, to make, if you want to set up something and have the students move things around, you could do that. So the options are truly endless. And so the very last thing is the pen tool. So, and I'm going to specifically show you, obviously, you've got your kind of typical pen tools. You've got a paintbrush, you've got a highlighter, you've got a crayon, and then you've got the auto, which I kind of like to call the magic pen. So on the magic pen, someone like me who is a terrible drawer can draw something. And there's my attempt at a wheel. And it is guessing hard because it does not know what shapes I'm trying to go for here. But I got two wheels, and now I'm going to attempt to make a car. And it is going to attempt to guess that I am making a car, which good luck to this tool, because I am not good at it. But look at all the things that are changing at the top. And so far they have not gathered that I've made a car, which I really cannot blame them. But oh, look at this. I'm starting to put in windows, and what do I see? Oh, cars. Thank goodness. I'm trying to make a car, but there's a car. So this feature is great for your kids that are not so good at maybe drawing, but they want to draw. They can use the drawing tool like that. And of course, like any other, when they are out of it, I'm sorry, when they are done, they can fill it or change the colors to it. There's some cool stuff they can do. I believe they can change, yeah, they can color it. So if I wanted to color that pink, I could color it. If I want to fill it, I could fill it with the paint. There, I got a pink, cool pink car. And then I got some really cool features here because I want it to look really neat. And there is my super cool kind of galaxy looking car right there. So I just think that is a super neat feature. So this is the point where I am going to let you go and create on your own and create some books and show me what you made. In the meantime, you gotta get those gears going and thinking about how you can use this in the classroom, because we're going to get together for session 2, and that is going to be our focus, is going to be looking at exactly how we can use this in the classroom. So that will be the focus of the next time we get together. Don't forget, on your agenda there is a link to the evaluation to take online and to give feedback on this particular session. And I will be taking feedback again at the end of the second session. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you creating with me today, and I will see you next time.